It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, after 8 years of Obama, why can't you see the Trump train change America needs? After 8 years of Obama, why can't you see the Trump train change America needs? Wow. Okay. Here's how I'm going to respond to this tweet. After 8 years of Obama, there's a part of your tweet that I want to agree with. And as a matter of fact, I will. I give credit where credit's due. The Trump train change. Yes, America is going to need this Trump train change. But not for the context of what you're saying. Here's what I'm saying. After 8 years of Obama, this is what is in place. You have the same complicit Congress. The same Congress Obama had. Blank checks, rollover, scratch my belly Congress. Then you have the new pom-pom Spanx wearing media. It's about to cheerlead everything that this president wants to do. You also have Americans looking for government to handle everything God created us to handle ourselves. Almost everything. Looking to government first, man, almost like forget God. Matter of fact, we got Americans so screwed up from the pulpits of some of the biggest churches on the planet trying to just conflate God having something to do with all this thing. God created us through Jesus Christ, not through man. He does not want us to have kings and presidents. He says pray for your leaders. He doesn't say vote for them. But you have Americans looking for government to handle everything. After 8 years of Obama. Still in place. You have Americans willing to hurt other Americans, implementing their constitutional right to dissent, to disagree. We have Americans ready to hurt other Americans under the flag of being patriotic. It's more idiotic than it is ever patriotic. We also have a social media that it's like our Sim City. It's like our own little township, and we're the own little mayor and the governor inside of our own little social media Sim City. And we're treating it like La La Land, like this is like reality inside of here. Because you, at the speed of like and share, you can get behind some of the most interesting points of view and say it's being patriotic and you're looking out for America. These are all the things that gave us the last 8 years. And we have these things in place right now as we speak. But here's where I agree with you what the Trump train change should bring. The change it should bring is that we see that we are not together as Americans and we the people is trashed. Our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, protecting children in the womb, all these things. If you feel they're in jeopardy now, we still have the same things in place. What makes you think these things are protected now? They're only going to be protected when we, the people, do this first thing first. Hold ourselves accountable for all the things that we kept in place after the last 8 years. How do you think there's going to be change when you've voted in 90% of the same thing that was in there? We got the same rollover turtle-faced Republican leadership. Mitch McConnell, same leader that's been giving Barack Obama blank checks for the last 8 years. Same guy. What makes you think something's going to change? We got the same incumbents in. You gotta want to give Donald Trump a chance. It's very hard for me to do because it's going to seem like I'm on the Democrat side. But I'm sitting here watching the Republicans fold like a cheap suit over a lifelong liberal that registered as a Republican. He's giving them little bitty brownies and Twinkie bites and dots and stuff like this. And man, these guys are just falling all over themselves. There is nobody in place ready to hold these people accountable. But if we don't hold ourselves accountable for what we've been participating in over the last 8 years, we're going to have the hardest time on the planet. Accountability is what's missing. We don't hold our children accountable. Look at how they're running rampant out in the streets. We don't hold the schools accountable. Teachers can't get fired. They're smoking dope in the teachers' locker rooms and all kinds of stuff. They can't get fired. They're protected. No accountability. We're not holding Black Lives Matter accountable. And then when you do, you're called racist, and I'm called a sellout and an Uncle Tom and a house Negro and all kinds of stuff. Because I'm watching our young black babies running up and down the street disrespecting white people. And now this white thing has risen up and elected this Donald Trump presidency. And you think this is going to end well with disrespect? Where is the accountability? I say something to it like this in this fashion. And then you're looking at me like I got a tail or something. Our black babies are in trouble. Our white babies are in trouble. But more so, if you take the color out of it, the character of Americans is in jeopardy. What is our character? It's anger. It's vitriol. It's, I gotta get you. It's bullying, cyberbullying. It's bullying from the highest level, saying I'm a patriot. He's gonna make change. No, he's a bully. Who's gonna hold him accountable? Sean the Spanx Hannity? He's fighting so that he can be the Cupid point at the top of the pyramid in the cheerleading squad. He's going to hold this president accountable? Mr. Shucky Ducky's going to do it? He's too busy trying to explain something to you. Got some splaining to do, Shucky Ducky. I mean, who is going to hold this government accountable? Who in the media is going to give a fair look and do some research on every single point the government brings out? I'm sorry, Phil Williams officially has a new title. I am a political atheist. I have no faith. I don't believe in none of these jokers. I'm a political atheist. We have to start holding this government accountable, people. And you can love Donald Trump. You can hate Donald Trump. You can love Mitch McConnell. You can love it. Donald Trump, I know you're going to send Alma Testarossa after me. I know the black sister going to come and get me because I'm off the plantation. I'm off the reservation of loving the Trump train. Choo choo. I know she coming to get me. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. Are we as the American people going to finally wise up and understand the last 8 years we have got railroaded? And now we're jumping on the unaccountability train again to get railroaded again. If we do not start holding these government officials accountable, if we don't start holding ourselves accountable, if we don't start changing the way that we look at each other, if we don't start changing and understanding dissent is a good thing, disrespect is the bad thing. I can have dissent against somebody and not be disrespectful. We have to understand it's we the people, not them the government. We are looking to the government for way too many solutions that we the people can do for ourselves. We the people can do it together. we can pray for our leaders. Why does God say we have to pray for our leaders? Because they need prayer. They could go off the reservation because of money, power, greed, anything at any given time. And they go out there and make a law to circumvent every single one of your rights. You got to pray for somebody that has that kind of ability and power. You have to pray for them. You don't vote for them. You pray for them, and then you do your duty to hold them accountable. Man, if you felt railroaded after the last 8 years, then guess what? All aboard again. Unless you're ready to hold these people accountable. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. That's my response to a tweet on the Phil Williams Show.